So
on their cost to like frontline for them.
And that's where kind of the CK lifestealer really comes into fruition, where you have this kind of strong matchup versus the Mars and you are able to frontline as well.
Yeah, it's also just really hard to start a fight right on the lifestealer right now for Execration. So you want this kind of hero on the map to like enable the rest of your team to play. So you have this guy who like constantly keeps waves out, you're hard to die. Either an illusion hero, just a hard to kill hero like a lifestealer. I think IG also does kind of favor the lifestealers. They've played it quite a few times before.
Radiant team back.
See what the oh
all right. So much talk. Didn't see that one coming.
Well, I mean, this is DB loves his Tide Hunter. Like when, of course, he was playing position 1 for Army Geniuses, they would worked in a very minimal amount of games, but they would pick the Tide Hunter one a lot for DB. So he likes the hero. We'll see how it's able to shape up in a game like this. We were mentioning that Army Geniuses were lacking team fights, so I guess the Tide Hunter provides that, but is there a concern here, 343, is the fact that you said Army Geniuses, they have a lineup that's very good at going for just these kind of pickoffs. Is there now a concern that they're trying to go down multiple routes with the Tide?
I think the angle of this Tide Hunter is probably the way like 3-3 play at TI. Like it's just this unkillable hero also. He buys Rift Pack Pipe. He's like your team fight, right? Like he just trumps the team fight of the whole opponent team. So I think that's probably the approach they're going for. Because I don't think this Tide is like a post 3 per se where he's gonna be poor, but he's gonna be like farming a lot, taking a lot of farm. And the Tiny will still probably be the one moving around. I was kind of surprised that they didn't show their carry, but I guess they just prioritize the matchup against Palos, because Palos is someone you want a good carry matchup against, I guess.
Could it also be the potential that they feel like they have a lot more carry options compared to position 3, so they just wanted to try and go for DB's hero just in case that particular offlaner would have been banned out in the last phase?
That's fair, that's fair. It's also like CM Snap, these kind of heroes, like they don't really want to play against Tide Hunter because you don't have a answer to Ravage, And also Execration's heroes don't really kill the Tide Hunter right now. I think it's quite a high value pick. I can see why they picked it.
I mean, you have just so much magic damage, pretty much an overwhelming amount of magic damage here for Execration. So it's going to be really important for them to go for this safe lane hero that's going to be able to shut down the Tide Hunter. You see they do protect it with the Slark, the Razor as well. Is there any others that kind of come to mind that Palos can play to really minimize the effect of the Tide and how fast he can get those utility items?
I don't see too many heroes. Maybe Bristleback. But I feel like it's Pudge, or it's just the Palos Pudge. Can't go wrong with Palos Pudge.
Cannot indeed. They don't have a lot of time here for Army Geniuses. 12 seconds reserve time left. Is the Lifestealer still something you would...
Still Lifestealer. Yeah, I think Lifestealer is the easiest pick here.
I was going to potentially bring up the Ursa as well with the matchup into the Pudge versus the Mars. It's okay in the lane. Just unsure. I mean, Die, you don't naturally get that kind of radiant advantage if they were going down a different route, and yeah, we do get the lifesteal. So very good call, 343. Here we go. We got our draft all set in stone. Execration, of course, going for the last pick, Pudge, and then we've got the Army Geniuses lifesteal as well. Is there kind of a draft that we maybe a little bit more confident in?
I definitely favor AG's draft here. I think it's much easier to execute compared to Execrations. I think they depend a lot on the 3 cores to be strong enough to frontline against this like best team fight and pick off, because they don't really have too many counter plays with their heroes.
So what has to go right for Execration? Are we looking at the lanes? Do there need to be early rotations to kind of help protect the cores? Is Bob that person that needs to try and get the water runes and power runes to help out? What do we need to look for Execration to find that success?
I feel like mainly they need to do well in lanes, and they need to take smart fights, because if Army Geniuses is there and ready and they get the jump first, it's kind of hard for Execration to fight. They need to start fights like smartly.
Okay, well, we'll see how those lanes are going to be able to shape up. We were mentioning that the Crystal Maiden, of course, +1 is going to have a really strong lane setup. You mentioned the draft as well, the Mars and the Snapfire as well is a really strong laning combo. So we'll see if Execration have that, at least potential to be able to get themselves online here.
I wonder if they'll put the Crystal Maiden bottom because Shanks is playing it. I'm not sure how they are like sorting out their roles because BZ is also a post 4 player like Carlo.
That's a good point. Admin did send me the list of names in order. Shanks was at 4th and BDZ last. So, like you mentioned, though, they both do kind of swap it up in regards to how the roles are set. So we'll see how this one's able to shape up as we do get underway into game 1 here. Of course, it's going to be another day of 3 best of 2s, but importantly, we get the debut of Execration here for the BTS Pro Series. And for Army Geniuses, well, looking to try and get some more wins under their belt. You mentioned that they have a lineup and a draft that can definitely enable these victories.
But it does look like the CM is the post 4. They have double sentry on Carlo. This tiny set's so cool. Big fan.
Let me see.
The fireball.
It's one of this is a new one, right? In the new...
Yeah. I think the Tide set's a new one too. Waze isn't as clear as the other one. What else we got?
I don't mind the Tide set. That's all right. The tiny one, like, man, there's already just so many tiny sets. Like, this one's pretty cool, don't get me wrong, but like, they've got tiny sets left, right, and center. You can just choose from whatever you want.
Yeah. I used to complain about the Juggernaut sets every time.
Because there's too many, or
way too many sets. There's something wrong.
I mean, people are just Juggernaut fans, I suppose. The hero is fun to play, relatively easy to play as well. So
you don't see a hero in competitive at all, It's like always jug.
Dude, that hero.
More and more jug.
Well, I can't remember when that hero was really last played. Not really popular at the moment. Well, Varish does land a pretty good arrow onto Shanks. Yorkham's going to level up the telekinesis as well to secure first blood, since Army Geniuses will strike first in our game 1. Very beautifully done. See the nice start. Is this going to impact their lane now? That Yokem went for telekinesis? I suppose you've got Tide to be able to secure range creeps.
I think it's fine because it makes him slightly weaker, but they'll be fine. It's a Tide Hunter against a punch low one. Like, nothing's gonna really happen in this lane, early levels. It's definitely a bit weaker, but it's okay. They got the kill, they got their first blood.
So you mentioned the potential for the lads on Execration to kind of put the supports in different lanes. We see Carlo down bottom here with the Snapfire, and Shanks is going to put the Crystal Maiden up top. What do we feel like the reasoning is with this?
I think it's just a heavy spam lane top. Like, they probably can't land cookies on the lifestealer, so it's easy to just harass now with CM. They're not playing for kills, just playing to keep the lifestealer low, enable the Mars. Whereas bottom is more of a kill lane, which is where the Snapfire wants to be. We do see Palos getting punched around to live.
Palos?
Gashin.
Oh, can they get the kill? Palos trying to vamp fight. Hook damage is not enough, and DB will still go down. Looks like he's more than happy to sacrifice his life to come back to the lane with the built-up resources again.
Denied. The lift coming into play, actually.
Yeah.
Was quite good, yeah.
Very true. Who would have expected the lift from Yokem getting 2 kills early on? Now he's got that level 2 to play with, and already back to getting some harassment out to Palos as well. This is a beautiful timing to do this, as they recognize that Carlo is going to look to back off and try and unblock the small camp. As we see mid lane looking pretty decent at the moment here for Bob. It's incredibly strong mechanical position. Oh, again? DB, though, not an easy man to bring down. They've got the creeps as well to tank the tower. Yokem is really starting to stack up the right-click damage as Palos not respecting the Rubik. A couple more right-clicks, but it's not enough. Palos can duck into the tree line. Carlo doing a pretty good job as well to hold back Army Geniuses. Meanwhile, with the lifestealer, though, top lane in your dream is going to end up going down to the combination of Tino and Shanks.
He just didn't have reach. Didn't expect to die, maybe. 4 skills. A bit unlucky, but it's okay. Still having a better time than the Pudge, I would say.
Guess, at least a nice thing for top as well that you do have this creep wave all the way back under the tower. Do they have a hard camp to play with? They do not, so it's not like you can really try and reset the equilibrium here. So maybe Tino can try and be a nuisance under the tower for In Your Dream, but he should be able to pick up his farm after that death.
So both their supports kill the hard camp, like CM and Mirana. So hard camp basically doesn't exist in this lane anymore.
Just easy gold. Easy experience for the boys. We see a lot of mangoes between the two as well. Veriz has 3, Shanks has got a couple as well. So just, like you mentioned, this lane's going to be kind of spammy.
We talked about the level 1 lift, but Mirana also learned Arrow, which kind of affected his lane, I think. I think you get Starfall level 1 most of the time, just because of mana efficiency.
Oh, bottom lane. Carlo, Palos, alright, beautifully done. You were mentioning that maybe the Lifesteal is having a little bit better of a lane here compared to the Pudge, but as soon as we saw the Rubik leave the lane, exactly when the boys on Radiant looked to strike.
The ward saw him leaving and they went on the tide. Kind of unfortunate for him.
Were they able to get the water runes at least with the Rubik going there? Yeah, looks like they did get one for Yolway, and Bob was able to pick up one of the water runes as well, so at least it did kind of have some effectiveness across the map, even with the Tide Hunter going down.
Nice pull from Carlo, getting a double stack.
Yoakem's going to be nearby to at least be able to try and soak up some of the experience. Even DB wants to try and get involved as well. Wonder if they're going to look to pull the wave. Yoakem will consider it.
I was gonna connect the wave. It's gonna try. Nope, he gives up. DB goes here. Mid lane.
Yolway?
Just some harass. Nothing much going on. Everything's kind of like stabilizing.
You were mentioning kind of the importance on the lanes here for Execration. Are you happy with how they've gone so far through the first 5 minutes?
Yeah, I think I expect this tide to be like much more farmed.
Okay.
But it's kind of died once or twice because of the Rubik leaving.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Could we consider about Bob potentially looking to continue to shut down DB, or does the Leshrac really need to play for himself and kind of keep his farm up in the jungle shortly?
I think it helps a lot if he just stands mid because they don't really kill him too easily with their heroes. And the Tiny has, if he ever leaves to roam around, the Lash is going to take his tower. So it's really nice if he just shoves in the waves and control runes permanently because the Tiny really needs runes to play. Oh, he missed the stun.
Oh, nice! Yoakem sends him back in the arrow, but still the damage onto the Tiny is going to be enough to bring him down, and now Veriz is in trouble as well. A double leap away will get him out to safety, but the boys on Execration come to the party and they find 2N. The power rune now for Bob, and look at this movement. Down to bottom he goes, they scout out DB. Palace is going to be nearby, doesn't have the Dismember to work with. Bob's going to have plenty of mana to be able to chase him down, but this is just a perfect sequence of events here for Execration.
Yeah, they're super huge. They're raindrop and they just kind of lack damage, right? If they don't land their spells properly. And Tiny was super low as well because of some harass from Bob earlier. He's just building up. Oh, we see Tino go down. I think he got. Did he get arrowed? I'm not too sure. Maybe solo killed by In Your Dream.
Look, yeah, I checked the fight recap. All I saw was the lifestealer damage, so yeah, I'm not sure. Are you kidding?
He just had brown boots, got chased down.
It's a tough life when you die solo to a lifestealer, though.
It's true.
This is
Feel like you got robbed.
well, like we were mentioning though in the draft, at least Tino is incredibly comfortable on the Mars and still
the
is.
whole bottom lane.
Telekinesis, beautiful cookie though from Carlo. Is going to be able to stop Yoakem from getting any distance away. Palace won't even look to try and use the Dismember. They'll just chase him down with another kill here. Some extra flesh heap stacks also for them to work with.
And his bot lane went from too hard for Execration to too easy real quick. This rotation from Bob and just Joachim leaving the lane early on. It's tight level 5, Pudge is 6.5. Not having the best time.
what do you look to do here if your army geniuses then to kind of enable this Tidehunters game? Are you considering about making some stacks at the Ancients for him?
I think they have to just hold the map and make sure their Tide can stay in the lane. Yeah, stacking Ancients is great. You also want your runes for the Tiny. That's like really big because he's not having the best game as well.
I mean,
They just have to kind of accept that they have a slower timing in the game right now because of how the Tiny's game is going.
We'll see how much of a concern that's going to be. Again, you really mentioned that this lineup for Execration needed to have a pretty strong start in the lanes, and they've done just that. A 3,000 net worth lead. Bottom lane, DB, he's going to go down again. Vreeze might get the return kill, though. A beautiful arrow with the Mirana leaping in, so will be a 1-for-1 trade in the end. It's going to be able to soak up some experience as well.
Not the worst. Good trade, good XP. Oh, Tiny went for power trades. That's super interesting to me. Toss? Can you get the toss? Nope.
Trying to. Bob's doing a really good job playing on top of the creep wave, and Yowei won't be able to find the toss, and now we might be in trouble. Telekinesis further away from DB's TP. Does have the gush to try and slow him down, but the rotations are coming out fast here for Execration. They want to try and protect Bob in case Army Geniuses pursue. And we'll back off.
TP from Palos as well. They want a battle. No Ravage on the Tide still. No TP as well. Mid tower's probably gonna go down here.
No way they can contest it. It looks like for Army Geniuses. On 2 heroes in nearby. They're even going to TP in your dream as well. But the ward on the cliff will scout this out. They are well aware of this movement. Beautifully done. Force a rotation. Now you've got Tino who's going to be able to knock onto the tower up top.
That's really good by them. So minimal movement, they had vision, brought the boys over and they got out. Well, they need to find a way to like kill his slash. He keeps standing middle and like not dying. It's kinda spells on cooldown.
Oh no, this might not be the way. Bob might just kill them all. Oh, they got the Mortimer Kisses as well. They will at least be able to bring him down. A 2-for-1. They get the grand prize of the kill onto Bob. We'll see if Shanks is able to catch up to Yokam, however. Tino is able to connect. He's going to run into the tree light. What? No, what?
No way.
Oh, no.
Damn. One needs to talk to the guy who designed his mask.
Oh, my, oh, my.
I swear I thought he like walked past him, you know.
Top lane. Shanks is going to be in some trouble. They've got the arena to play with, and look at it in your dream, really respecting the turnaround potential with the Rage being on cooldown. And they'll enable Yowei just to beat into the Crystal Maiden, and now once they pop out, they should be able to chase down Tino. Reese feels like he can finish the kill. He's got the Star Storm, but not going to continue under the tower. Meanwhile, bottom lane, DB and Palace. Bob gets a kill onto Yokam, but still bottom lane, Palace. You should be able to bring down DB. He's got Carlo nearby for required a defensive use to the Ravage. And with Hook being off the mark, DB will be okay. But that is a big ultimate expended just to keep your life.
Not the worst, I guess. He's probably like just in recovery mode. Not gonna use the Ravage anytime soon. Having a slow game. Tiny quite a ways away from Bling as well. I think the game's not too bad for them. They're kind of like holding the map right now. It's just that this Slash is getting a bit out of control. I think once he hits his Shroud or Bloodstone, whichever he chooses to go, he's gonna be pretty unkillable for a while.
Dude, Carlo. Oh my god, no way. No way. Okay. I mean, he sent 4 heroes, though, to try and kill him. This sets them up for potentially if the rune spawns top. Unfortunately, that's not going to be the case. So this is kind of the little sequence of events you need here for the boys on Army Genius. You get the kill closer to the blink on Yowei. Now you got a DD to play with as well.
Yeah, looking to trade towers here. Wonder if in your dream will continue to hold top. Alright, change of plan. Back to farming.
Yeah, just boys are chilling. Yeah, just trying to find what little farm they can across the map. Might just have a trade on towers. Palace potentially just going to try and shove this lane out. Look to TP. Oh, they're even going to glyph as well. I guess can be used as well to protect the top tower, but Palace will hook the creep and get back into the tree line.
under
AG kinda unable to trade here. Execration is just a bit too strong to dive under the tower. No Ravage as well. Lifesteal and Tiny are both not really ready.
It feels like, in particular for the lifesteal, he's going to take quite some time to get online. And well, for the Tiny, we're just looking for the blink, but man, he just can't catch a break. Yowie needs these kills.
Yeah, I feel like Execration ended up picking, like, they saw his Tiny and they picked like some tanky heroes, and now he didn't do too well in the lane, and they don't really have a comeback mechanism for him right now. Like, he's running around with 1.3k, 1.5k gold, up down.
Bottom lane, DB is forcing a lot of reaction to try and deal with the Tide Hunter. They're going to protect him with the Moonlight Shadow. He's actually going to back off down to the south. They do have a really good Observer Ward in the jungle and the Ravage at the ready as well. So Army Genius Kids can take the team fight. In fact, they're going to do it at the river. Yowie looks to enter on forward, dropping the combination. Now they've got the Ravage as well with the wraparound from DB clipping onto Bob. But the damage is the one that's in question. As Bob, can he slip into the tree lane? He will not be able to as Yokam finally secures the kill. But can they deal with Palaso? That's a different beast in itself. DB's going to try and force him out to the right side. They're doing a really good job to kite the Pudge. And now they can turn their attention over to Shanks as Yowie does have another round of the combination up, but is having some difficulty with closing the distance. And in fact, it's actually going to be the Execration that look to re-enter the team fight as Palace still ends up going down. Tino's even going to look to TP in as well. He's got the arena at the ready, finds the damage required to be able to bring down Yowie, but they will not catch up to Varese as the Mirana will be able to scurry on away.
Yeah, that was so big for AG actually. They really needed that. All because of the Scare Blast damage stolen by Jokam.
Dire's middle
Just
tower
enough
is
damage to
under
kill
attack.
both heroes.
Yeah, he did the most damage in that team fight, in fact, for Yokam.
I need it's closer to his dagger now, and we have a Brave Pack being built by DB. Lifesteal didn't even join the fight. Kinda, they should feel better about the game right now.
Do we think that Army Geniuses need to slow down still a little bit with the Ravage on cooldown, or can they look to group up and take this tower?
I think as long as they see heroes, they can fight all the time. They have so much damage. Carlos just did.
We see that damage
They
come
have
into
this-
play.
Yeah, 3-man squad where they just, if they see you, you're dead, you know? Like one of you are dead. If you're not like ready to fight back. So,
Nice.
you know, with the ankle breakers.
Nice Duke from Tino. They knew that he TP'd down for that team fight, so if they're able to find him in the tree line, then he would have been in trouble.
Dire's
So I swear every offlane player is like, they're gods of this tree line. Because they're always here.
Hey, you gotta get used
that's-
to it.
Radiant's bottom
Setting up or like defending the tower, they know the trees.
You gotta practice your Dukes. Come on, you gotta go into the demo mode, into the lobby. Gotta get those Dukes going. Who knows? Could keep you alive. Could potentially be a big reason you take a game.
Dire's top
The last time I remember when Mushi, like, he's played, you know, he plays pubs before, like maybe like 5 or 6 years ago, and the game looks hopeless. And you think he's doing like stupid shit, but he's running in the trees and like looking at the tree line. You know?
I
He's the
mean,
only player I've ever seen do that.
you haven't seen anyone go into go practice their Dukes in a lobby?
In the lobby with the Quelling Blade. I have not seen that.
Oh, I guess you're just not running into enough dedicated players. I don't know.
Maybe.
attack.
Oh. It still does seem like Army Geniuses have some less track issues. I mean, Bob is just giga farm. Bloodstone, he's got the casual cloak as well. Top of the net worth, going to be working to the Boots of Travel next as well. Are there items that we can see coming out from Army Geniuses shortly to help deal with this less track, or is there still going to be issues?
Top tower is under
I think the Rave Pack helps a lot. It's a lot of damage negation. We'll eventually see like the pipe and the maybe the Mage Slayer as well and the Tie Hunter. You know, Carlo going down again.
Oh, they killed him? Yo, wait. Starting to be able to pick up that gold after the blink. We'll be going into the Echo Saber afterwards. And for Radiant, they have their own blink to work with as well. Tino has already had this one completed for quite some time. And another timing is going to be Palace with the Scepter. So definitely lads on Execration already to team fight.
Yeah, it's definitely kind of go time for them, I think. Travel on Lash as well. I think it's just about vision. They only have one ward at the top lane right now. Their bottom lane got dewarded, so it's kind of hard to like find a place to make a move to. They also can't really run into the lifestealers. It's gonna rage.
He's just free farming across the map here is in your dream. Having a really good time. Going to be working on that Desolator. It's the item after the armlet. Just needs one more component to this one is completed. Mid lane, Tino. Very close to getting the spear back for his great reactions over the leap.
Well, we're gonna run into DB here most likely. Oh,
See how tanky DB truly is. Is able to get the Ravage off, but still with the Mortar Kisses damage is racking up on DB. They will have detection to be able to chase him down, but you're always going to be in with the combinations. Got to be cautious though, because Tiny's just fed himself to Radiant, but the boys have shown up at the party. His life still against the bonus Infest help, but it's not enough to keep him alive. It's now in your dream. He's the one that's in trouble with Rage already on cooldown. Bob can look to enter the fight and provide all the magic damage they need to secure the kill.
2 for 4 trade. Almost saved the Tiny. But unfortunately, he reused his spells. Couldn't really turn the fight. Also, close to Death on Lifestealer didn't have it that fight.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I think AJ's not too worried about it. Execration, they don't get any like objectives or anything. It was just a plain old brawl.
It really feels like with kind of the way you're setting up this game, you feel like Army Geniuses, even though they're down 2,000, was 3,000 gold before as well, they don't have anything really to fear because it seems like their lineup is going to be much better as the game goes on. Do you think that Execration on kind of this timer?
Yo, wait. Hold on.
Yeah, that's an aggressive blink into the middle. He's got some members nearby to try and protect him as well. Yo, he's going to look to step out of the right side. That's a beautiful split earth though from Bob. They'll clip up to the Tiny. Let's see if they can look to address in your dream, though. The damage, it's starting to stack up with the Rage on cooldown. Now they can turn it back around. They've got the Dismember onto DB, holding him momentarily, but that's all they need to catch up to the Tidehunter. And now Tino, he's also looking to try and catch up some extra members on Army Geniuses, but Yokem will get the blink out to safety, but for Execration, 3 kills and 0 casualties.
I was gonna say, I think AJ didn't mind so much because they haven't hit their timing, but apparently they wanna fight too. I think it's like Execration's one of their strongest timing, and they're not really like getting any objectives with it. So if AJ is able to hold the map and get to their Wraith Pack, that's so they should be in a much better place. Bob.
There's no more leaps to play with. God damn, man. What a hero is the Leshrac. It's fun to see him still being played. Fun to see how Soul's broken he is.
Under attack.
I feel like the Bloodstone's the problem, man.
Oh,
The hero was fine before this like Bloodstone thing happened.
the hero wasn't really getting played right before the Bloodstone change.
Yeah, I guess so. He just feels so fast and tanky. It's like always on the map. I don't know.
This is a big kill. Let's see if they're going to have the damage in your dreams on the right side as well. They're going to toss him over towards the Lifestealer. They're still holding a stun as well, so the TP from Bob will be stopped instantly. Radiant, they are smoking down. They've got Kisses and Arena to take the team fight, but Shanks won't be able to catch up.
Big dodge. Deso complete on the Lifestealer if he wants it, and close to Wraith Pack on AG, so we're kind of reaching a point where we talked about where they can take fights. I think it's all about vision for them, like they just need to blow people up. The Lash went for a dagger instead of like tanking up even more, so it's definitely doable.
Radiant's
What do you feel like the reasoning is behind the dagger, considering they already have kind of the Mars to start fights, and even your Palos that can... He's got a blink dagger as well. So yeah, what do you feel like the reasoning is with this blink on the Lash?
Maybe he just wants to chase down the Rubik. After like spells get used, he just wanna go in, cause he has like 2 tanky boys, right? They're gonna like go in with snap
Ooh,
kisses.
in the river. Palos jumped aggressively to try and pick up the double damage rune. At least he was able to take it away from In Your Dream. They're actually still even going to be able to think about Roshan even without the DD. Ooh, this is big. They got the Wraith packed up as well, along with the Ravage. So a difficult team fight for Radiant to take if they want to contest this.
Yeah, it was kind of difficult unless Carlo can get in position to give vision, but it doesn't look like they're too interested in contesting right now.
Oh, maybe not. Here they come. A couple of pings, even a TP coming through from Carlo. Ursh, it's gonna go down though before they can contest. Even Mortimer Kisses to try and scout this out.
Oh, he got the red. Calculated.
Easy gold for all the boys.
Yeah. Not the worst, not the worst.
What are we expecting out of the Aegis here for Army Geniuses? Is this more of a farming Aegis, or can we...
I feel like they should be taking buildings because they have like tiny lifesteal with their soul. Rift pack. I don't think they want to play this game where Execration hits their BKB timing and they don't have like something to contest it.
Which
Because if this lifesteal just get dismembered during BKB, it's kind of hard for them to fight.
I guess the nice thing is that they are going to have multiple stuns to be able to cancel the Dismember, but I guess that's going to be up to Bob, though, to be able to get on kind of some of the supports here. To
Yeah,
really
it's more of
enable.
like when the patch has BKB, only the Ruby can stop him, I think.
Oh, yeah.
No Lotus, nothing. Because the lifesteal is super dependent on his rage to fight. Once his rage ends, I think he just dies.
Yeah.
At least right now.
Looks like he's recognized this as well. We're going to BKB queued up for the lifesteal. So
Yeah, I think he really needs it. I think it's a good item choice. Oh, they see the TP. Bob.
see if the stun lock's going to be enough. It will be thanks to Yokam's telekinesis, but the rest of Radiant, they're starting to move on over. Ravage going to be used to cancel the Dismember. That'll also net them the kill onto Bob as well.
Oh, yes,
a 4v5. Hook stolen from Yokam from downtown. Brings Palos back into the grasping hands of In Your Dream. But a 4-stuff cookie repositions Palos out to the left side, but In Your Dream locks onto his target. One more swipe and they secure the kill on the hook again. Yokam brings him back, but the BKB is the big issue as Tino can TP up, but Carlo will not be able to have the same capability as Army Geniuses. What a beautiful team fight from them.
That's big.
Radiant's
Very big.
middle tower
Dude, Yokam's a baller.
Yeah, I mean, he got both. The fisherman.
Oh my. Dude, Yokam is... This guy can make some pretty crazy plays sometimes.
middle tower
Is
is
definitely his best hero.
Oh, oh my lord. I remember when he first came back as well, because you... Oh, hold that thought. Top lane, your way.
Oh, the
BKB.
trick. Oh, Shanks.
Ooh.
Where's your friend now?
Oh no. Oh, the boy's not here. Now, it's actually going to be your way that has a little bit of extra assistance. Yokam wants to get stylish with the hook, and then he claims the kill and even looks to TP out before the kill is even secured. Beautifully done from Army Geniuses, and look at what they're getting across the map as well. DB's shoving in bottom. See if he might be in trouble though. Bob's going to be
He's
nearby.
kinda
He's got
to
the
the
hood and the
tower.
Wraith pack, but here close to the T1 tower. It's not going to be easy kill at all for Radiant.
Radiant's top
He
tower
barely
is
took
under
any
attack.
damage through the hood and the rift pack now. Getting to a point where it's kind of hard to kill. He has his pipe down as well. It's on the way.
Dire
Both
See him
sides.
playing away from his team, like I think for the past 20 minutes of the game.
The guy's just been looking to try and find whatever farm he can. He's definitely found that. I wonder if DB is going to go into the Mage Slayer as this next item, because we saw that one's from 33. Oh, Yokam very close to getting the hook, but it's going to be Yolway that finds a jump. An instant use to the turnaround. They weren't expecting the BKB out of Shanks, so Yolway is going to have to use his own. In Your Dream does have a TD, however, so Radiant need to respect the lifestealer, but down to the south, they've been able to scout out Bob. Great reactions with the blink. He's able to get some distance away. Meanwhile, though, Yokam does get the finishing blow onto Carlo, so in the end, will still be 2 kills for Army Geniuses.
is under attack.
Bit of chain feed here and there, getting picked off.
Radiant's
Can
middle
see like
tower
AG's
is
line
More
up
chain
kinda
feed.
coming into fruition.
Yolway top lane. He's able to catch up. Palace trying to split up the map. Even got the Infest bomb as well with bringing in your... No way. I think... Did they get the vision?
Very slow.
Oh my god, dude. How many times this game? But that's multiple times that people have just somehow been able to get away.
You live in the trees.
Radiant are scared.
You know.
At least instantly, though, we see Army Geniuses looking to reoccupy the map. Radiant, they want to get it back, though, with the smoke. Tino on the Vanguard leading the charge. Potentially might run into your wave first. It's actually going to be Palos with the first point of contact into the Tiny. The BKB will enable him to charge him down. Hook, off the mark from Yokam. And now Palos going to be able to drag him back. They'll be able to bring down the Rockman, but can they still stick around for the team fight? Age is going to expire in your dream, but he doesn't care at all about not having the second life. Radiant though,
still going in.
still nearby. Carlo gets a jump, the spear as well, but Ravage used from DB to try and protect the life steal, and they're going to be able to do just that. And now in your dream, he can turn it back around, starting onto Tino. A TP will be there, but it's not going to be enough. They make sure they hit him from behind, and the hook as well for good measure on Yokam.
It's Slash starting to feel like he doesn't do damage with the pipe and rift pack. Rage BKB on the lifestealer. Mage Slayer almost completed as well.
Oh, all right.
I say.
Oh,
that
dude, is Yokam gonna steal any other ability? He's done so much with his hook.
I don't know. He had the chance to like steal Arena and Spear just now. He's like, nope, I want hook.
Oh, this dude is playing out of his mind so far. He's gonna be working on a scepter. I guess. When you get the scepter, then you can get another ability.
Get both. Yeah.
He's close to it, man. 5, 4, and 11. Got the Philosopher's Stone as well.
Yeah, that's a cheating item.
It really is though, isn't it? Like you see a support get this, like some supports in particular as well. You're like, oh come on, dude. Like you see a Disruptor get a Philosopher's Stone, you're like, dude, what the hell?
Like, oh no, it's just an oh no. Then you have the games where you have it on the Lone Druid or the Tinker. My god.
Just a greedy cause, man. Greedy goddamn cause. We'll see what they can do.
A headband to look at him.
I am Rufy.
Are scanning.
See what the call is going to be here with the wraparound on Army Geniuses. They do have the boys starting to connect. Yokam for the blind hook.
Oh!
No way. No way, Yokam. What are you doing? You're a better punch than Palos this game.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Got it. Yo, wait. Is he gonna go in?
Oh.
Radiant's bottom tower is falling.
Oh my lord. Another DD on the map as well, but Army Geniuses, they don't need that to walk up the high ground. 5,000 net worth. Oh, what? Oh, Tino jumped to the arrow. Now they got the bash as well. They can chase him down. They don't even need to, thanks to Yokam's hook. Shank's gonna look to move into the middle, but in your dream, still playing with the BKB. The damage is just not there. They have so many ways to mitigate the damage on the boys on Radiant. Spear's finally going to be there from Tino that will be able to cover the retreat so Bob can get back inside the base. Carlos should be okay as well. Bob's actually going to jump into the middle. Ravage use clips onto 3. They stole the freezing field as well. Yokam has done it all for Army Geniuses this game. What a beautiful ultimate in combination with the Ravage.
Structures are fortified.
Damn.
Oh, see, Spear sets up for the hook. Reese will get some distance away. They're going to need some buybacks coming out here from Radiant if they're going to be able to hold the base. And Palos will finally be able to get Yokam onto the second support as well. So beautifully done. And Tino, he's still playing around with the arena. Tries to set up for the spear, but they're not going to be able to get him out of the wars. But still, they actually toss Palos into the middle. But it looks like In Your Dream can man fight. Rips apart the Pudge. Will now turn to Shanks next as well. As a live stealer should still be chilling. Tino thinks that he can get some of this, but it's not going to be the case. As In Your Dream, still more than happy with taking this skirmish, especially with the Infest to chase him down. Radiant, they're lacking the buybacks. They're just hoping that they can survive long enough until Bob is alive.
Radiant's bottom barracks
This Tidehunter makes them do no damage.
has fallen. Radiant's
This is so unfair, actually. It shouldn't be allowed.
Dude, what a call for this. What a call for the Tide to be picked up. DB's had some incredible ultimates as well, but it just seems like this itemization. Bob's done nothing. Like, he was having an incredible game, and then all of a sudden, he's just doing no damage.
Rift Pack could pipe, I don't know.
It's,
You can't even itemize against it. It feels hard.
I was just going to mention, like, do you have to consider, like, a blink on the Snapfire? And you just blink in and, like, sacrifice your life to get the
I think he should be killing it, yeah.
Radiant's middle tower
I think he definitely needs to be killing it, otherwise they don't do enough
Outside the
damage.
base.
Even with-
Oh no, Bob gets scouted out underneath the observer. Beautiful play from Yolway as well. Just steps to the left side so we can aggro the creeps to make sure they don't block the arrow. Must be such a frustrating game here for Bob. What a start he had, but it's just been able to have no impact for at least the last 10 minutes. It's a second floor set of barracks here for Army Geniuses, and Roche is up in 20 seconds as well.
Losing Roche really hurt them. They had like kind of a lineup where they have this slightly early BKB timings where they like can take a lot of fights, but they couldn't really hit it because of the Aegis and some pickoffs. Now they're kind of on the losing end.
Can we see a avenue back in here for Radiant? I mean, Dota Plus says it's only a 2% chance, and these wards are not making it any easier for them. Just gonna run straight up to the high ground, and Radiant waiting with the jump, even tosses him over to In Your Dream. Making sure he can feed the beast even more.
The thing is they need damage, but I don't see like how they can buy damage, you know, because like Punch buys X, you know, Lash, he like just naturally dishes out damage, but they kind of need like scaling damage, which they don't have right now, so it's kind of rough. Maybe some like hook into spear back.
I guess, yeah, that is kind of the one thing that you have to be playing for, right? Which we've seen so often when a team is behind. At least you do have this potential to reposition, so...
that being said, I don't know if they can kill the Tide even if they push him in. He has his heart almost done. Might take the Aegis here. He even went for the Kraken Shell Talon.
They're coming out as well. Shank's going to get scouted out on the creep wave and might be forced to use the BKB shortly, although Army Geniuses won't actually jump on forward to try and finish their mill into the Crystal Maiden.
The lines have been drawn to the top lane.
Stay silent and move quickly.
Infested Rubik, they want to jump.
What's he got stolen?
So-
Pulse Nova.
Oh, they're gonna run into Tino? Tino?
What could Shanks say? We'll even catch up to Tino as well. He's got the BKB, but In Your Dream, of course, doesn't give a damn about that. Oh, the last hit. Bash in your way as well, getting that damage required to bring him down.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Army Geniuses, methodical gameplay from them. Up to the top lane they go.
Look at DB.
Maybe
Feeling
not too.
stronger than ever.
Oh, he's got no care. I mean, well, Bob's actually got to jump behind a BKB, but he's getting nothing out of it. Absolutely nothing out of it.
Top barracks has fallen.
They won't try and chase him down. They're happy with that. They force out the BKB, and now this is... How do you fight Helm with the left track without this?
Radiant's middle tower
I don't
is
know.
under
This game looked so even early on. Or like slightly Execration favor even, I would say. And then things just kind of went downhill for them.
That went downhill really fast as well.
Yeah.
Look at the space that DB's making. In Your Dream just beating to the tower.
Radiant's middle tower.
They're able to get the hook back, but In Your Dream, of course, has the rage to be able to protect himself as well. The creeps are inside the base. The last tier 4 tower is going to go down as well, but the throne exposed. They want one more team fight with Tino respawning shortly. Does have the arena to work with, but look at the ravage from DB. Holding 4 members into place, and they're even going to call it quits before this last team fight breaks out. So Army Geniuses, incredibly well done from them to be able to find their way back into this game 1.
Yeah, super cool. Yes, kind of hit their timing and Execration couldn't really handle it. They had an advantage early that they didn't press enough. It was kind of unfortunate, but you know, game by AG.
Yeah, we kind of saw the trades across the map as well. You were mentioning that if Execration aren't getting objectives out of these trades, and it doesn't particularly feel worth it for them. Like even though Army Geniuses, the goal was like 2,000, creeping up to 3k. I think got to like 4k as well throughout the early game, but there was just nothing for them to worry about. Like In Your Dream was free farming the jungle. You know, we saw once the Tiny got his blink as well, they were able to slowly get some farm for him. So at least Your Way was really able to help out. So I think Army Geniuses did just a really incredible job to make sure they weren't losing those early towers when they had that net worth deficit.
Yeah, the fights felt so hard for Execration at some point. Just just lag damage, honestly, is how it felt. Once the tide started joining with these items, just really difficult fights to take.
Yeah, that it is indeed. We see this beautiful itemization, and honestly, the call to go for the Tide Hunter as well. We were kind of, I was kind of memeing in the draft, saying like, you know, DB used to play this on when he was a position 1 on Army Geniuses. That he's incredibly comfortable with it, but we really see the big reason for it this game. And you mentioned how difficult it was going to be, and there was just no damage coming out for the Leshrac afterwards. So unfortunate for Bob, because I mean, he had an incredible start to this game, but just wasn't able to follow through thanks to DB on the Tide Hunter. And well, that is going to be our game 1 in the books here. Army Geniuses going to be able to take this one in 36 minutes fashion, but of course we do have game 2 coming up shortly after the break.